It's one of those cases that has very few details. I just wanted to touch on it because it's a case that I had saved to my Facebook saves through the week. And I've searched through additional pages, links. Couldn't really find any more details about his case. This is the story of Chase Whitehead. He's been missing since December 12th, 2025 from the area in Knoxville, Tennessee. He's 17 years of age and a white male. Chase Whitehead has been missing since December the 12th, 2025. He was last seen walking at around 2:10 p.m. in the area of Sutherland Avenue in Knoxville, Tennessee. He is described as being about 5'8" with 160 pounds, with strawberry blonde hair and blue eyes. He was last known to be wearing a gray hoodie, a white t-shirt, dark jeans, and camouflage-colored shoes. Anyone with any information should contact the Knoxville, Tennessee Police Department at 865-215-7000. I couldn't find a whole lot more details about Chase, what might have been going on in his life. I'm going to save the link about Chase Whitehead because a lot of times when cases get updated, it will pop up and show the update. And if anything comes about, any update about him being found or any resolution to his whereabouts, I'll come back and follow up on that. This is another case of a missing person from the area of Knoxville, Tennessee. This is from Missing People in Kentucky. Last known whereabouts appear to be Knoxville in late 2024. Mittsy Coulter, also known as Bambi, has not been in contact with her family or anyone that knew her since February 2024. She was known to travel around Tennessee in the Knoxville area, but her last confirmed location was in Clarksville in Tennessee. She has several tattoos, including on her chest, her neck, and her arm. Her family could really use some help reminding others that she's still out there, that no one has heard from her. Her mother would like for anyone to reach out to her, or you can also contact the Clarksville Police Department at 931-648-0656. It says that she was thought to have been getting into a traveling van and was possibly heading toward Florida. Now, traveling van makes me think of, there's a movie out there, I believe, I may be wrong about this, but I think that it's called American Honey. It's about a group of young kids kind of just lost their way in the world, and they join up with this group of people who put them in these vans and take them out into the towns, take them out to shopping malls and other places and drop them off, and they kind of grift. They go out and they try to sell magazine subscriptions. Now, keep in mind, this was probably set in the 80s or 90s, before cell phones and things where people, or internet where people can just order. It was like people trying to sell subscriptions to these things. And they're really just grifters. They go around, they try to kind of con people. It's a group of people that just kind of go around looking for ways to make a day's worth of money. And they're just kind of, they're fed and they're given a place to sleep. So, that it just kind of put me in mind of that when I read that, and it said that she was thought to be getting into a traveling van, because this is what they do in this movie. They would drop them off during the morning hours, and they would say, meet back here at a certain time this evening and have as much money as you can in any way that you have to get it. And the money would be handed over to the manager, or whatever it might be, and this was what they did every day. There's many links. There's a lot of Facebook pages that feature her, but there's just not a lot of information. Um, it's all pretty much the same. There is one thing here on Instagram that just says that she was arrested. Mittsy Coulter was booked into the Montgomery County Jail in 2020 on alcohol public intoxication charges. She's known to travel all over Tennessee, and her mother would just like to hear from her. If she's still alive out there and someone knows who she is and they can put her in touch with her mother, that's what her mother's hoping, to just make sure that she's alive out there somewhere. Like I said, you can contact 931-648-0656. There was a young girl who had actually gone missing the same time as Chase Whitehead, and it was said that this was his girlfriend. That he had supposedly, now this is just what I read, he had paid someone to go and get her. She was 17 years old, but she came back home. I don't know if someone found her, if she called her family and asked to be picked up, or if she returned on her own. I didn't get a lot of the details on that, but Chase is still missing. But she says that he was fine when she left him. So they consider Chase to be a runaway, and hopefully he will contact his family, and whatever's going on in his life that caused him to run away, maybe he will come home and get some help for that. As for Mittsy, also known as Bambi, now I read some of the comments about her, and someone said that she had spent some time in a treatment center, and also she had spent some time in a mental hospital. It was said that there was a girl that someone thought might be her living in a homeless camp, and someone said that the features and the tattoos, that they're telling authorities they believe this could be her, and they thought she might, they might go look for her there. It was said that she had been living in a Astro van with some other people, and she was known to travel throughout Tennessee. People that just kind of move from place to place. And someone said that they were in a mental institution with her, and that they might want to check some places like that. She may have been picked up by the police, either here or Tennessee or in Florida. Maybe, check inmate searches and that type of thing, or halfway houses. It seems that this young woman has had a troubled life. She's known to just travel around. She doesn't stay in one place for very long. Her mother is offering a $500 reward for information about where she may be. And maybe she will come forward herself, or maybe someone. She hasn't really been seen by her family since 2024. And once again, if anyone has any information, they can contact the Clarksville Police Department at 931-648-0656. I featured this man in one of my videos from earlier, and I want to just touch on him again because his name came back up in some missing persons websites. James Hughes, also known as Jamie, has been missing since November the 18th, 2023, from Monroe County, Tennessee. The last known contact was with his daughter when he sent her a message telling her happy birthday. At the time of his disappearance, he was 5'9", 185 pounds, with gray hair and blue eyes. He told his sister that he was staying in Madisonville with a friend. Now, He said that he left this friend's residence on foot after an altercation. The residence inside and outside was searched, and they found no traces of him. If anyone knows anything about him, you can contact the Monroe County Sheriff's Department at 423-442-3911. Thanks for watching.